Do you ever feel like everything in the world is going just a little too well, that you're waiting for something to finally go wrong for once? No? Not lately? Well, how about a story that reminds you that things could somehow be worse? Disaster films provide us with an opportunity to imagine what we would do to survive the unthinkable. If you're looking to have that kind of experience from the safety of your living room, we've got some recommendations for the best disaster films you can watch right now. What happens when a group of highly resourceful people are faced with a close encounter of the third kind? That's the question answered by Occupation, an indie alien invasion thriller from Down Under, about a contingent of citizens who forge a resistance movement after their rural community is decimated by heavily armed extraterrestrials.
Take cover!
While Occupation may not be as slickly polished as your average Michael Bay or Roland Emmerich disaster blockbuster, director Luke Spark and his crew make impressive use of their limited budget. Meanwhile, the action is grounded by the interpersonal drama playing out among a talented cast.
Maddie.
No, don't. You don't know what it will do.
Now is the perfect time to catch up with it before the sequel, Occupation Rainfall, arrives on our shores this fall. Firefighters are real-life heroes, and their lives, loves, and sacrifices have made for a reliable source of screen drama through the years. Ron Howard's Backdraft became a pop culture phenomenon in the early 90s, while John Travolta and Joaquin Phoenix explored the bond forged by fighting flames in 2004's Ladder 49. But one movie you might have missed and should definitely check out is Lifeline. This 1997 action drama hails from Hong Kong, was directed by veteran filmmaker Johnny To, and is rife with both compelling characters and thrilling stunt work. The big firefighting action is largely contained in Lifeline's final stretch, but that only serves to make it hit all the harder. By the time the climactic factory blaze breaks out, To has thoroughly invested time in the rivalries and romances that play out among the hotshot crew of the fire station. Anyone interested in a blend of soapy but sincere character drama with slick cinematic action, particularly the trademark brand imported from Hong Kong's legendary film industry, owes it to themselves to check out Lifeline. At 7:19 a.m. on September 19, 1985, Mexico City was rocked by an earthquake with a magnitude of 8.0. The city was devastated, with thousands of buildings collapsing and over 5,000 lives lost. 719 uses this real-life tragedy as a backdrop for a very human story between two lead characters, which in turn illustrates the societal divides of a culture. Demian Bichir and Hector Bonilla star as two men from opposite ends of the social ladder, trapped together under the ruins of a 9-story building in the earthquake's aftermath. As they wait for a rescue that they gradually accept will never come, they break down the borders that separate them and find themselves sharing an acceptance of their mutual fate. The film serves as both a look back at a tragedy that shook a nation and as a quiet meditation on how death and destiny can serve as a surprising equalizer. A lot of the disasters on this list are things that could happen to anyone: earthquakes, fires, and yes, even an alien invasion. But The Wandering Earth, a hit Chinese sci-fi movie from 2019, takes these garden-variety disasters and laughs in their general direction. What kind of disaster befalls the characters in this film? Well, the title says it all. The entire planet Earth goes through a stroll through space in the span of a little over 2 hours. Okay, it's a little more complicated than that. As it turns out, the sun is turning into a red giant, and when that happens, Earth will only have a few centuries left before all life is extinguished. To save humanity as we know it, a team of plucky scientists does the only logical thing. They strap a bunch of high-powered super rockets onto the planet and launch it out of our usual solar system so it can take residence in a new one. Needless to say, you don't need a spoiler warning to know that a plan like that doesn't go off without a few hiccups.
Warning: Earth engine system failing.
The Wandering Earth is the best kind of disaster movie, the kind that you can't really picture taking place within your lifetime. So you just strap in and go along for the ride, confident in the knowledge that you'll never have to worry about actually riding a rocket-powered planet Earth into Alpha Centauri. It may not feature earthquakes, hurricanes, or even a capsized luxury liner, but the past decade's most captivating tale of culture going up in flames has to be that of the 2017 Fyre Festival. It's a story of unchecked hubris, hollow ambition, and the cheese sandwich heard round the world. You may have seen the tragic Instagram snaps of the soggy mattresses, the dilapidated FEMA tents, and the festival goers stranded at the airport desperate for rescue. Now you can hear the inside story from the survivors in the documentary Fire, the Greatest Party That Never Happened.
Fire Festival, baby, here we go.
Director Chris Smith previously turned his documentary lens on the twisted rabbit hole of method acting with the Jim Carrey profile Jim and Andy: The Great Beyond. Just as Jim and Andy turned a seemingly simple premise into a meditation on art and fame, Fire goes beyond the clickbait appeal of a rich people party gone horribly wrong. It serves as a sobering investigation of dangerous wealth in the age of the influencer. Smith's documentary doesn't gloss over the serious harm done to those taken in by organizer Billy McFarland's half-baked scheme, or to the small business owners of the unsuspecting Great Exuma Archipelago, who were left high and dry in the wake of the disaster.
I went through about $50,000 of my savings that I could have had for a rainy day, and they just wipe it out and never look back.
Come to Fire for the train wreck. Stay for a journey into the dark heart of humanity. Thanks for watching. Click the links in our video to watch more from Netflix Film Club. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to get the latest exclusive videos. Plus, hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.